Welcome to Build It with Jose. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a floating shelf. It's going to be made out of maple, paint gray, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoy it. For this project, we'll be using a hammer, tape measure, a drill, impact driver, pencil, sandpaper, clamps, router, handsaw, and a 1/2-inch drill bit, and glue. What we're gonna build here is a floating shelf, and it's gonna be about 7 inches deep by 22 inches or so. For right now, I'm gonna use the table saw to make this the size I need, and then we'll go from there. Now we're gonna cut them to width. So we're gonna make them 22 inches, just because I wanna make sure I get between the studs, which is 16 inches centers. So I wanna make sure when I hang it up there on the wall, it grabs the 2x4s. So we're gonna set it for 22 inch right there. We go slow because this is real hard wood. This is maple right here. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna mark where we're gonna drill some holes, find the center first, then we're gonna keep them about 2 inches away from the edge. We're gonna use one of these dowels that is gonna go in here. That's gonna give us our support inside here. We're gonna go about 4 inches. I'm gonna use a 1/2-inch twist bit, but we're gonna mark what's gonna be our top. So we're gonna say this is our top right here. I need a reference for later. We're gonna drill 3 holes here, and I'm just gonna do them freehand. Later on, we're gonna come back and drill them a little bit deeper. There's the 3 holes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create like a little detail in the middle, but I'm gonna try a scrap piece of wood first. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, but we're gonna make sure it's in the center. So we have to go lower than that. Didn't drop it enough. Let's do it a little more. We'll just keep trying until we get it right. That's close to the detail I wanted. This is where we tried. We started right here and kept adjusting it right here, and then right here I'm happy with it. We're gonna clamp it down on top of the other board because we don't want it to move. The reason I'm putting it on top of the other board is because the bearing would hit the table if I didn't do that. Go slow. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna rip it about 1 inch right here. And then we're gonna put the dowels that we're gonna cut later. So we're gonna go back to the table saw, set it up for, let's say, 1 inch. You wanna have a little bit of substantial wood here because this is what's gonna be screwed to the wall. There you have it. So now we're gonna put some dowels on this side. We're gonna glue the dowels on these 3 holes here. They're just gonna fit, and I'll show you. We mark the top right here, top, because now there's 2 separate pieces, and I wanna make sure. I'm gonna drill this a little bit deeper. Now let me see how deep that's gonna be, about 3 inches. That one needs a little more. 3 inches, a little bit over 3 inches, which is good. So if we have 3 inches here, if we're going in 3 inches right there, so these dowels, I have to make sure they're shorter. I don't want them longer, so I'll make them 4 inches, 4-inch long dowels. So we'll just mark them, and the bigger the shelf, the deeper you need the dowels. But right now we just go 4, 8, 12. This gonna go in like this. They're going this way. We'll put some glue on them and everything. But first, I have to sand them down a little bit. We're gonna use the drill as a lathe. I'm gonna get a piece of sandpaper. I'm gonna kind of wrap it around like this. So we have to be checking and make sure, see, it doesn't take much. Let's do the next one here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put the dowels inside these 3 holes. We're gonna glue them. We're gonna make sure they're glued good. I want to make sure we clean all this excess glue, because if we don't, it's going to affect the way the shelf fits. You want to make sure you clean it all the way around. So now we're going to just, we call it dry fitting. Now we pull it out and it feels good coming out. Need to tap this one a little bit. Make sure all the way. Flush in the back. And there you have it. When we install it, then we close this gap. Then right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sand everything. See how we have the mill marks from the cut-off saw right there? We gotta get rid of those. We gotta make sure it's completely smooth. We're gonna mark it right now, so when we go hang it on the wall, then we know what side it's gonna go up. We'll do the same thing on the other side here. And you see that router moved a little bit right there, so we need to run the router through again until it's completely smooth. Make sure it's smooth this time. Yes, I'm happy with the results now. Got to get rid of those mill marks. You also want to break the edge right here, otherwise the paint will run off. It's not going to stick to the sharp corner. What we're going to do here, we're going to spray the shelf with white lacquer. You can spray it with, you know, house enamel paint too, or brush it on, but in this case I'm going to use the gun to spray it on. I'm putting 1 coat of white, and then we're gonna put 1 coat of clear. This is the last coat on the shelf, so we just have to let it dry now. Now that we've built the shelf here, we're going to show you how to install it. Let's start by taking it apart. Okay, so we're gonna get a level line here, put a mark right there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drill a hole close to the center here. We're gonna do 3 of them. That's what we're doing, countersinking. Now I'm gonna drill it all the way through with a smaller drill bit. And we're gonna use 1/8 inch drill bit. So now we have a hole, and that hole helps so we don't split the wood. I put a screw right there. That'll just help me line it up. We're gonna change again the tip for this drill bit. That's just to mark the drywall. There it is. Now I have my markings right there. Now the center one, we have a stud. I don't need to use drywall anchors. But this one here and this one, I have to use drywall anchors because there's no studs right there. Now that I have my mark right there, all I'm gonna do is drive it in like that. Because these are a little bit higher right there, I'm going to countersink the back of it too. So when I put it on there, it should fit just flash in there. We're gonna use these long screws right here. it's gonna screw. It's gonna go in the middle. Remember, we marked the top. It can only go one way. Kind of get them even. There you go. Now all we do is slide it in. There you have it.